All right, everybody, welcome back to the 725 podcast. The podcast is dedicated to the small business success of the owners here in the Long Beach area, South Bay area. I'm Ken Camarillo alongside Rosemary Dannon. We're co-chairs of the Long Beach South Bay chapter of SCORE. Our designation is 725, hence the title of the podcast. Rosemary, hi.
Hi, good to see you. I'm really enjoying introducing our guest this week, Courtney Chatterson. One of the amazing things about Long Beach is the support they have for small businesses. And while a lot of cities have something of that nature, I think we're really lucky in Long Beach to have somebody not only who understands small business, but has sort of the bigger, broader picture of economic development. And her background is just amazing. So welcome,
Yes.
Courtney.
Welcome, Courtney.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes. So how would you describe Courtney in some, some descriptive words? How would you describe her as you know her career, her personality, what she does for the city of Long Beach and small business?
She's like the wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Oh my goodness.
She's really...
Wow.
That's one of those characters
that.
you love, but that's how I look at Courtney. I mean, she's just so oversees everything, has solutions. Just while we were chatting before here, she was just talking about a problem she's trying to solve for small business people. She just gets it, and she sees so many things, and that's how I want to get into her background because, like I said, so many times I've met economic development people, and they're sort of local folks. They haven't been out of the city or they've come up through ranks,
Right,
and I just
right.
think that Courtney really has this huge, broader picture. So I want to get into that with you,
Awesome.
Courtney.
Awesome.
Tell me
Well,
about
welcome.
Switzerland.
Okay.
Wow.
I was lucky enough to be able to study abroad in Switzerland. First, during undergrad, I went to Pepperdine and studied international communications and nonprofit management.
Which they're really known for. That's a that's
and
their
they're
sweet
really
spot.
known for their abroad program. So while I was there, I saw this grad school, and I thought, maybe one day. And so I ended up going back about a year after I graduated. I went back for a degree with the Institute for International and Development Studies in Geneva, Switzerland.
You are correct. I have it right
Yes.
here in my notes.
Glad I could bring that up out of the archives there. And so I studied international development, which is really like economic development, but in international context. Let's look at situations of extreme poverty and how, health interventions actually impact economic development and economic prosperity for folks. So it was pretty oh my God, I'm blanking on all my words this morning. Interdisciplinary.
Okay.
So
That's a good
it was some econ, some social, some just learning about this intricate network of international organizations that we have that governs how we relate as countries and nations. But, after being exposed to, it's kind of a mess, not always the best situation. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to be there and, someone going into someone else's country and meddling in how
And what country were
they
you
do
in?
things. So I spent time in Haiti.
Okay.
Wow.
That was kind of what I did in the year in between undergrad and grad school. Is I was living with a family in Haiti. It was a program through a nonprofit that tried to mimic Peace Corps. Since Peace Corps pulled out due to political unrest
Right.
previously.
Well, you're a brave soul.
Well, it was actually really gorgeous. I loved my time there. I had a wonderful host family, a beautiful tropical island, so I would love to go back, but unfortunately the situation has deteriorated since then. So, one day I'd love to go back and start a social enterprise. It's kind of like the life goal, but I'm hoping that we can get into a more stable situation before I try to go back.
Gotcha.
But you really had to understand the complexity of the economy in a place like Haiti. That why things don't work.
It's really, the political situation plays a big role. Systems too. If you don't have the infrastructure to support business, then it's kind of a non-starter. I talked to another social entrepreneur that was operating in Peru and another country, and they said they looked at Haiti, but it just was a non-starter because they couldn't get goods in and out in the way they needed to.
Right.
Because they were making goods in another country and exporting them to markets in like the U.S. and Europe to sell.
Right.
And that's how the money would be infused back into the origin country.
Wow. What a world lesson.
So yeah, that's a great story, and I'm super curious about transferable kind of practice and theory with your current job?
I want to know how
And
she got to Long Beach.
Well, that I was
You know,
going to
she's
ask
from
that. So
Long
that's my
Beach,
follow-up
but
question,
got this
right? Are
huge arc.
you a Long Beach, Southern California?
Southern California, yes.
Okay,
Long
okay.
Beach, no. I'm originally from Redondo Beach, so not
Okay.
far away. And
Okay.
I married a Long Beach man. Is how I
Okay.
claim my Long Beach roots.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's born and raised. My kids are now going to the same school him and his parents went to, and
Oh, wow.
so generational.
Generational,
Yeah.
right. So getting back then, so that answers that question. So getting back to like the transferable kind of skill set and the experiences, and do you see any commonalities, even in the smallest sense, from what you did and observed in your studies and in Haiti to how you practice in Long Beach now?
Um, I mean, I think there's similar ideas and understanding of how people create economic development that transfers. I mean, I didn't like economics originally, like in college. I didn't like economics until grad school, really, because it felt wrong. You know, it treats people like we're robots that always make logical decisions based on money, but
Mm.
people make decisions based on a lot of things, you know,
Yeah.
loyalty, altruism, sense of community and belonging. Like we want to belong somewhere and we want to contribute to the place we belong to. And so, why are people spending time volunteering, donating money to nonprofits, starting their own nonprofits, starting social enterprises if the only goal is money? But I really got into microeconomics, behavioral economics, understanding how people make decisions, and then how the systems that we build determine how we distribute resources across our community. I think that is really important for how we create an equitable economy that supports everyone in the city.
That's really, I think, the heart of Long Beach and what makes us special.
Agreed.
Yeah, on that front. I mean, every
Totally
time
agree.
we talk at SCORE, we have a new business client. You're meeting them for the first time. You said the complexity. I call it triage
Mhm.
because you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what their emotional attitude is, and emotion plays so much weight in decision making for a small business. The family dynamics, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's a big risk to start a business.
It
I mean,
is.
these people are betting their livelihood on
Right.
this business that it will succeed. And so I take that seriously. These are some passionate people, they're ambitious people. We want to make sure they have the foundation they need to succeed.
So you're kind of reading ahead because we were going to get right into that. So you are in your role at the Economic Development Department, Business Development Bureau. You are the Special Projects Officer. Tell us a little bit about what that role consists of and how that works. In
Sure.
like a day-to-day kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm mainly overseeing our business outreach and engagement efforts and some of our business support programs. So we have our BizCare team that's there. It's a business support hotline, so businesses can call us anytime, Monday through Friday. Someone will pick up the phone, answer their questions, help them figure out the resources that are available to them, and direct them to the right spot. So we do a lot of referrals to city services or partners in the community. Or maybe there's a regional or state resource we can refer someone to.
Okay.
what kind of questions you get on that? Because I don't know. I talk a lot about BizCare to my clients, about what it's used for. Maybe you can get some examples because a lot of folks don't even they think they can only call that in a huge emergency.
No, we get calls all the time about how do I pay my business license bill,
Okay.
or
So the real simple
what's going on
stuff.
with my
Okay.
license,
Yeah.
or I want to get signed up to do business with the city, and we
Mhm.
provide technical assistance getting signed up on our procurement platform. We have the Green Business Program that can recognize businesses for their sustainability efforts,
Mhm.
and we provide technical assistance to help them become more sustainable in their operations and in their space. We have the Legacy Business Program that we also support. So, getting businesses recognized for how long they've been in our community. We really want to help those folks. Like, you've been here for 10, 20, 30 years already.
Right.
Please stay. Like,
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
a
I was
pillar of
reading about
our
that.
business
Absolutely.
community.
That's a really
Yeah.
cool
you know?
program.
So we want to recognize
Yeah.
them. We want to provide support. We also work with our business navigators. We fund a handful of local organizations that provide business support, similar to what SCORE does with workshops and business advising. And so we refer businesses to those resources. Maybe they're Spanish speaking or Khmer speaking, or they have other language needs, and they need someone who can speak their language. BizCare can speak their language,
Mhm.
and we will refer you to a partner who speaks your language to help you with whatever it is you need. Maybe it's marketing, finance, figuring out your business plan,
Right.
getting your business started and off the ground. We also have our loan programs. So we have an internal revolving loan fund. So it's city money, city loans directly from the city of Long Beach. And when businesses pay that back, it goes back into the fund to be loaned out again to the next business.
Oh, that's cool.
So we try to make that more accessible than what you can get through commercial banks, lower interest. And then we work with a partner, CDFI. Remind me what that acronym stands for.
Community Develop
Community
Investment Fund.
Yeah. Community Development Finance.
IF, Investment.
Okay. No.
Something like that. Or FI,
Close enough.
CDFI.
We'll put some.
It's one of those.
We'll put it in the show notes.
So that's a financial institution whose purpose is to provide these types of loans to make finance more accessible to community. So if a business needs more funding than what's available directly from the city, we'll refer them to our partner. And we invested years ago in a fund with them that they're able to leverage to do SBA loans. So they can provide additional capital up to, I think their max is $3 million for a loan. So we can do some big projects with our local businesses. And we don't want any entrepreneurs to be left behind just because they don't have the capital that they need. So BizCare, we work directly on that program. We refer people to that program and provide support there. And we always just want to hear from businesses what they need. You know, are there other resources that we should be providing? We also provide grants whenever we have the funding. Those are the best. Businesses always love to get some free cash. It's always helpful. So we have one ongoing grant currently. It's a Visual Improvement Program grant. And that's for in cases where businesses are impacted by vandalism or a break-in. That provides funding for them to recover from those incidents. So whenever we hear of that in the community also, BizCare will go out and provide a site visit, connect them to that grant and any other resources that might help them. We really just want them to know that this sucks. We're here for you. If businesses are in any kind of bad situation, they need help. I mean, we want to know about it. What are your struggles?
Right.
How can the city step up for you? We might not have a program, but maybe we can give you a shout out on our social media. We can let the council office know. They always want to be there for their businesses in their district, and that can give you some extra media attention, right? Also, our mayor has been a big proponent of small businesses, and anytime there's, this type of negative impact on the business community, he says, well, if the media comes, you tell them to come buy a pizza, and that's how you support, right? So use it as a marketing opportunity,
Right.
and we want to help them do that. If we can come and take some nice photos and help give them a shout out when they're maybe not in the best moment, and help bring them out of that.
Gotcha.
Well, sometimes that's all somebody needs is just to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
And to be part of the community. And I think that's what leads us to the richness of Long Beach. I mean, you go down 4th Street, you go to the Arts District. We've got some amazing small businesses, and thank God they're here and make this community interesting and desirable.
Yeah, no, I mean, having an active small business community is really a foundation for larger economic development initiatives too. I mean, we talk about attracting larger employers. They want to be in a place where people want to be and want to live. They're not going to set up a headquarters in a place that doesn't have a nice main street with cool shops and restaurants for their employees to enjoy. They need amenities, and our small business community provides that for the community that's here and for the businesses we're trying to attract to bring more jobs in as well. So they're really the foundation that all of us are standing on. And they're creating these community spaces, gathering spaces. They're supporting a lot of community initiatives and efforts, like our local sports teams for kids and things like that. Like, it's just, what would we do without our small businesses?
Right.
I love what the mayor said at an event for restaurants last week. He said the Olympics are going to happen in the bars and restaurants of Long Beach.
Yeah.
And that's such a profound statement. And I thought, that's what a city is. It's the lifeblood of the hanging out and the richness of the food and the drink and the community and the good feeling you have. That really is all you have.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I do want to jump on something a little bit quickly here because I feel like I'm at a slight disadvantage. You've known Rosemary longer than we've known each other, right? We met a couple months ago.
Oh, I've been bothering her since I got, the score.
And we met through the effort that your office actually leads, and it's the Level Up program.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to kind of touch on that because I think my experience with it has been just fantastic. The clients are fantastic. Can you share a little bit about what that is and kind of just the genesis of that and what your outcome is, what you hope the outcome will be.
Yeah, Level Up has been a really great program. We started that last year. It was based on the mayor's idea and initiative to create like an HGTV style program for businesses. It's the Level Up Long Beach Extreme Small Business Makeover and Grant Program.
I
So
love that.
we want to
Super
have like the
fun.
big reveal at the end. We don't have all of the theatrics that HGTV has, but we do try to do wraparound support for businesses. So we launched it last year when we were still under like our Long Beach Recovery Act, and we had funding through that. And it provided support from our business navigators, including a series of workshops that we put on, and individual advising. And SCORE was also a partner on that, providing advising support. We did a series of workshops focused on their business plan, finance, marketing, trying to provide the foundational elements, but then introduce them to SCORE and SBDC and other sources for if they want to go deeper on those topics. Like this is just the intro.
Right.
And then we made sure that they all had templates for a new business plan, for a grant investment plan as well. So they would intentionally invest the grant dollars in their business in a way that would support their growth. And then at the end, for those that finished all of these things, they got $10,000 grants. We also had a list of alternates, and we encouraged them to finish because we're like, well, we'll see if we can find more dollars, or this could turn into a loan application, right? If you need the capital for this investment in your business. We have our internal revolving loan fund we could support. We were able to find $4,000 per business for an additional 4 businesses that completed the full program last year.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we're able to do this year. I'm trying to reserve a little bit in the budget if we can support our alternates. But this year we have another 20 businesses going through the program that will be receiving 10 grand at the end if they complete, and another 10 alternates that are completing just the workshops and advising support. All of those businesses are also receiving a year membership to the chamber and a year membership to Visit Long Beach, which provides them with a marketing package. So they'll get some quality video and photos that they can use in their own marketing.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
they'll get a tie-in with the Visit Long Beach marketing, which they're really a trusted source for what's happening in Long Beach. So being linked from their page and included in their content gives them a lot of clout on like search engine search results and online marketing.
I love this program because it feels like, it seems like, I think it's like an end-to-end opportunity.
That's what we're trying to do,
Right.
is kind of cover everything and really set them up to level up.
Yeah.
Hence the
for
title.
success, Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. I love that.
It's very impactful. I mean, you can even see the folks that are going through it, how, well, working with some of them that don't even have business plans and they've been in business for 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
you know, and trying, and it's almost like that is the level up part. Now you're taken very seriously as a business owner and a part of the community.
Right.
And it's a nice connection at this point in their business journey.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
And we heard great things from businesses last year that went through the program.
Okay.
But I really want to check in with everyone after, you know, a little bit of time has gone by. It'd be a great time now to check in with last year's businesses and see.
Ooh, that's
know
a
what?
good
Sounds
story.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about where they're at now. We've heard just as we've had interactions with them, how a few of them are doing. And so I think we need to do a larger outreach.
definitely. That's a follow-up
That is a
podcast.
follow-up podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd love to do that
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
it's you said the level up, the elevation of everything about their business. That's what we're working with, and it's remarkable.
So we've been mentioning what the mayor's been saying, the initiatives he's offered, the recommendations he's made, and so I want to kind of touch on his rebound initiative. If you can kind of help us understand what that's about.
Yeah, so Small Business Rebound is something the mayor proposed at the State of the City in January this year. And it's $1 million, maybe plus, $1 million investment in small business support. So that includes a few categories. One is retention of our current businesses, so continuing support for visual improvement program grants, but also including safe and secure. So we're investing in preventative measures, not just in fixing the problem after it happens. And then also attracting new businesses. We're looking at if there's a way that we can waive business license fees or other fees for starting a business in Long Beach in targeted areas in the city that we see need more investment. And then in additional investment in our loan programs so that we can continue supporting the expansion and growth of businesses here in Long Beach when they need capital for maybe they want to open up a new location or expand an existing location. We can be there to support that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the big things
Mhm.
that are coming.
Okay.
So a little bit of a tease there, but can you share with us some of the big things that are coming down the road that you see on the horizon, maybe the outlook for Long Beach?
Yeah, there's a lot. Our mayor definitely has a big vision for the city's economic development overall. He's been
Mhm.
putting a lot on this department. One of the big things is he wants to bring a lot of entertainment and music
Yeah.
activity into Long Beach. So our department has been tasked with opening up a temporary amphitheater down by the Queen Mary by the end of the year. So there will be a temporary that'll turn into a permanent, and we'll be hosting concerts out there, like our competitor, the Hollywood Bowl.
Right.
And you'll have a view of the ocean and the
That's
city
a-
skyline.
So cool.
Long Beach has such a rich history of
Mhm.
music.
Yeah, and we
And-
want to not only support it through the amphitheater, but also through all the small local venues
Right.
that can uplift local
That is
talent.
such a great idea. I
Remember,
love that.
Elvis played Long Beach. He did
Yeah.
so several times. Just want
I
to point
love
that
that.
out.
Yeah, so hospitality and entertainment is one of the mayor's sort of 5 industries for the Grow Long Beach initiative. There's
Okay.
also aerospace, so Space Beach
Oh,
has
Yes, I've been
Big
hearing
one.
about
That's
this. I
huge.
love that idea.
Yeah, it's been growing. We've been getting new businesses and also people that leave those businesses to start their own that are creating new activity in Space Beach.
Right.
So there's definitely a lot of entrepreneurship and innovation in that space. And they've been really great partners. We're working with the Space Beach companies now on a youth camp.
Mm,
Ooh.
So
I
this
saw that.
summer, we did that last year too, and we're going to do it again this summer. We'll have a couple weeks where we bring youth into to do site tours of some of these companies. And then they brought their employees in to talk to the youth about their career paths. And a lot of folks came up saying, well, I had a non-traditional path. I didn't go to college, but
Right.
look at me now. Like their managers or higher level
Mhm.
employees at these
The coders.
companies
Right.
making space stations and
Yeah.
rockets.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's really
Right.
cool. And I think seeing some of it last year, the youth really connected and saw themselves in roles they wouldn't have thought was possible for
Right.
them before, which is really the point of those activities. So we're going to do one in July is what we're planning for now, and potentially another one this year too.
That's remarkable.
I love that. And so then from a small business perspective, an owner in Long Beach, small business owner in Long Beach, uh, how can we get them to kind of find their place or align with some of these bigger initiatives? What would you suggest or advise them to kind of consider when we're talking about these big efforts, these big initiatives? Kind of where do they fit in?
Yeah, I mean, the hospitality, entertainment, tourism space is really where a lot of our small businesses fit in. So there's tons of opportunity there, especially with the Olympics coming in a couple years, and other sports that are coming to our
Right.
area before then too. I don't remember the full list the mayor presented.
Oh, yeah,
He's
that's
got a
We're
whole
up to 18
presentation on
now.
that.
Yeah,
Between
Yeah.
the
quite a bit.
Paralympics and the regular
Yeah.
Olympics.
Right.
I mean, we've got beach volleyball here in Alamitos Beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Super
And
excited
that's got to
about
be
that.
the number one viewed of the Olympic events, one of the top views. So that's amazing. And then way it's going to promote Long Beach.
Yeah. So really now's the time to get in the loop with everything that's happening in terms of events or visitors coming to the city so that you're ready when there's a larger influx. I think Visit Long Beach is a really great resource
Okay.
to be in touch with, what's happening downtown, what conventions are going on, or what other events they could be tying into. Even if you're not downtown, I mean, we're going to have a lot of our Olympic events along the shoreline. So it's downtown and then a little bit on the east side.
Okay.
But we want to have the Olympics happen all throughout the city. There's going to be visitors staying in the city in different parts of the city. We're not really sure where they're all going to land yet, but that could be bring opportunities for small businesses. There's going to be procurement opportunities, so getting signed up on Long Beach Buys and with the City of LA procurement platform,
Ramp.
Ramp LA, ahead of this, so that any opportunities that come out, our small businesses are ready. I mean, there's going to be everything from gear and swag to providing logistics and coordinating events. And then we're going to have vendors at some of these events too. So our sidewalk vendors could be vendors for Olympic events. The city also wants to coordinate some community hubs for the Olympics. And so I think that's going to provide additional opportunities that are dispersed throughout the city because we want the community to be included and involved in the Olympics as well. Even if you're not able to make it down to an actual Olympic event, we
Hmm.
can all share in this experience.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
thanks for breaking that down because I don't
Mm.
think, in my mind, I wasn't seeing kind of the comprehensive list that you just rattled off. And I think that's really helpful for our listeners to understand that there's, all these big things are happening and I may have a role here.
yeah, I think everyone could have a role in the Olympics if you just are raising your hand in the right
Right.
space. Like,
Right.
I want to do this. I have this skill set. I have this product.
Hmm.
How can everyone participate? I think there's going to be a need for a
Right.
lot of support.
We've been running the procurement workshops monthly now since January, and we continue those through 2028. But I have to ask one other question we get so often at our workshops or in person. How are people going to be able to volunteer?
We don't know that yet. So, our city manager's office has a team that's coordinating our Olympic efforts, and so we're working with them to see how can we plug our small businesses into this. How can we educate them? How can we prepare them? Where can they sign up for updates? Right. So we're helping to share the information out to the small business community. But in terms of like just community volunteering, I don't think we have that set up yet. But our city manager team will be sharing that out.
One thing I can tell you is there are going to be a lot of volunteers. The
Yeah.
enthusiasm in
Mhm.
Long Beach is over the top.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I know.
Totally
That's a nice
agreed.
thing.
So then, we're about to wrap up. We have a few more minutes, but I want to talk more specifically about the tools and resources that you offer that are available, like the website, right? What's in the website? Even if I love the components that go into the Level Up program, right? Can you talk a little bit about those things that are available on the website that are low hanging fruit for a business owner to kind of grab?
Yeah. I'd say, BizCare is the lowest hanging fruit. If you don't remember any resources, you can always remember BizCare, and we try to make the phone number easy to remember too. So all city numbers start with 562-570, and then our number is 4biz, 4BIZ, which is 4249. So just remember 4biz, and that's our email too, 4biz at
Love that.
longbeach.gov,
Love that.
or BizCare at longbeach.gov if 4biz is too hard to remember. They both go to the same place. And we really want to be that first stop for businesses if they need help or are looking for something,
Hmm.
and we can help you navigate. We'll help you fill out a form if you're struggling to upload a document. If you're lost in a city process, we can do that. We can provide assistance for you. On our website directly, if for the tech savvy folks, we do have a really great resource, the Business Insights tool, and that's available on our website, longbeach.gov/ed. We can also put a direct link to the tool in the show notes. And that is a really powerful data tool. It's providing the type of data that like Starbucks or McDonald's uses to figure out where to open up a new location.
Right.
So it can be a lot to navigate, but SCORE is here to help you guys, and our navigators too. So there's really great benchmarking data you can see based on your business type.
And that's called Size Up.
So Size Up is like the brand.
The brand,
On our
okay.
website, it's the Business Insights.
Okay,
Or,
okay.
yeah, Business Insights tool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, LA doesn't even have it.
Well,
Yeah.
back in a previous life in corporate,
Mhm.
we used to do market planning, and this tool basically mimics that
Mhm.
that capability of market planning. So, identifying your demographics, kind of population density,
Yeah,
blah blah
it's
blah, blah,
got
et cetera, et
like
cetera.
benchmarking for your business against others in Long Beach, in the
Right.
county, in the state.
Yeah, you can go beyond Long Beach.
And then you
even.
you can look at demographics for the
Mhm.
area. You can
can
look at
see
where your
salaries.
competitors are, where your suppliers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look at how many employees do
And what do they
this business
pay?
have on average. Yeah, what do they pay?
It is
What's
a
the salary?
profound
Where are
tool.
people
Yeah.
marketing? Yeah, it's got a lot of data, so it can be a lot to navigate. But I think you could take it in pieces and chunks and implement what's useful to you.
And I also was on the site last night, and I was looking at properties because you can actually find properties that are available in the city, which is
So
kind of cool.
we do have a new tool. It came out just last year called the Vacancy to Vibrancy Map. And so we're importing data. It's live data. There might be some missing. Please let us know if they are and we can update it. But it should be vacancies throughout the city. So for businesses that are looking to come to Long Beach, or are looking to expand, open up a new location, this is a resource to find what might be a good fit for you. And we're going to be adding more data to that too, because we're creating neighborhood marketplace profiles to look at the different unique neighborhoods within Long Beach, because we know Long Beach is really a city of a lot of small towns or a lot of small neighborhoods with very unique character. So we're going to be profiling those and putting those on the map as well to give people an idea of what's going on in different parts of the city
Right.
if you're not familiar, or just give you more detail if you kind of know, oh, I like this area, and what will this tell me about the demographics of the area, the business activity that's there already, and is that a community that you'd want to join?
It's a really sophisticated tool that you guys are offering to the public, right, as a resource. So I mean, I applaud you because I've seen some of these tools in the past, and this thing is very powerful, very powerful. So kudos to the city.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. So couple of last kind of nuggets. We always ask our guests, what are the 3 takeaways you'd like the audience to kind of take away from this episode, and what would those 3 be for you?
One, Long Beach is open for business. Come on over. We love our small businesses. We're here to support you, and call BizCare if you need anything.
There you go. Love it. I love it. This has
Okay,
been
summarizes it.
it's amazing. It's very informative. We thank you for being here. Hopefully it was,
Yeah, thanks so
easy.
much for having me. Always happy to join.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All of your detail, all the show notes, all the resources will be in the show notes. Again, thank you, Courtney, for being here. We really, really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us here at the 725 podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.